Hello everybody, Happy New Year. It's been a few weeks since I've posted out. Sorry about the hair, it doesn't like the heat in the house, so I get all staticky this time of year. I don't think I took you around with all the Christmas stuff. I didn't have a lot out this year. Usually I have all my snowmen out and several boxes of stuff that I put out. This year, we had nobody here for Christmas, so it was just for us. And so I did put out the Christmas tree. Just one of them. I have two, but we just did one this year. So this is going to turn. I usually leave this up until St. Patrick's, and then because usually it doesn't make any sense for me to do Easter stuff on that unless I combine it with the St. Patrick's, I guess. So I did that. We had some lights up front, along the side. I have pictures I can put up of that, but we just took that down yesterday. So today is the 2nd of January. Maybe I'll actually get this out sometime before the 2nd of March. I have no other videos in queue, so I should get you up pretty quick. Otto. Otto. You know what? In 2 seconds, he's going to want outside. Otto want outside? You want outside? Come on, puppy. Bye. Oh, so we have my trusty sidekick, Ziggy. So we did go out of town for Christmas, spent some time in Illinois and Wisconsin. Left just as the snow was coming in. Last day there it snowed, but yeah, we knew it was time to go home. But we did lose one chicken. I don't even remember if I mentioned it on the last video, but she wasn't doing real well anyways. She was lost in the pecking order. She was always smaller. It was one of the Bantam Cochin Frizzles. So that was Marshmallow. So she's no longer with us, which takes us to 6 chickens. And here, I want to spray paint this black because you can actually see through it without the seeing all that. So we've got Fluff, Minion, Oreo, Ebony, Speckles, and Flurry is under there. So Flurry last night, I was checking cameras and everything, and I found that she was left outside. So one of the things I do need to do today is change the time that the coop door closes. So I came out like just before 5 o'clock last night, noticed that they weren't on the roost. So I'm going to... Hi! So we did change things up in here. We do have one egg. I still have... We put Marshmallow. We kind of just separated her from everybody. And so that has been closed off. And today... Yeah, nice cold egg. So I want to try to make it out here. It's going to be chilly the next few days, so do I have any others? What do you think? So this has forced them to use this. We went about 3 weeks with 0 eggs. Remind me, I put that in my pocket. So we had, I think, 3 eggs when we got home, which is okay. I overfed them. People will probably complain, but I overfed them, and this is their scratch. I just give them a little bit. There's some corn in this, but this is a nice grain to it. It's not all corn, so I think there's some oats in here. Hi! How are you? Thank you for the egg. So all the eggs we're getting right now is from this pretty lady. She's skittish. Hi. Hi, Ebony. Hi. She's so pretty. All right. I gotta give him a little more than... Oh, and then she's gonna run off. So, my hand has gotten a little bit better. I still have issues. I'm just... Hey, hi. Still having issues with some pain. Usually Minion comes in here when I've got... Well, anytime I come back in here during the day, usually Minion comes. Because she's the only one that'll eat out of my hand. She's looking a little cold though. I need to maybe insulate a little bit more here. But the temperatures are so up and down around here. Like, you know, one day it'll be 50 and the next day it could be 70. So Minion is our oldest bird. She'll be 2 in April. And then Fluff will be 2 in June. And all the rest are fairly young. Oreo just turned a year old in November. And the rest of these, I think, were hatched back in January of last year. So, if we want to keep up the rotation, we may need to get some hens this summer. I like that getting them at... yeah, there's pluses and minuses to getting them in the, you know, as established pullets. But it's also cute watching them as chicks, but then I don't have to worry about heat and all that stuff. If you get them around 20 to 30 weeks, you're pretty good, but they're already set in their ways as well. Not had a lot of problems introducing them. But I did, I don't know if I've mentioned in a past video, but I did put some pine pellets in here. It helps so much with the smell. I do not have to go and try to find coffee ground bedding, because I think this actually smells better. As it gets wet or stepped on, it kind of turns to sawdust. So I wouldn't mind doing almost like a deep litter type thing in the winter with like this. I don't know what it'll be like in the summer, but it works. And then if I do have to clean it all up, which I probably will do in the spring, I've got plenty of places in the yard where I can put this and then throw some into compost. So if I decide to do that. Oh, and then I forgot why I came in here. You know, I'm glad I have you guys here to remind me. So we put this in. It is not a... I purchased this with my own money. I'm not sponsored by them. But, so we have this closing at 5:30. And... time... open... close. I want to change that. Let's go 5:45. The days have gotten longer, so oops. Okay. So close at 5:45. So yeah, when I came in here last night, I noticed that the chickens weren't in the weren't roosted yet, and I should have checked it then. But and then not hurt him much. But I guess I haven't been looking out for it. Before we left for points up north, you know, he always does this when I'm doing something. I did put out some grass seed. Not sure if it's going to work, but you know, the soil was at a good moist state. I mean, it wasn't dry, it wasn't overly wet, so it was manageable. It was at a good point. So I decided to do that. So I did go around the yard. I put out 1 bag's worth just to see what would happen, and then in a couple weeks I'll probably put down some more. Usually it's not worked out well, but this area gets a lot more sun than it used to. So we'll see what happens. What I did end up doing is, when I was spreading the grass seed, I wasn't paying attention to where I was walking, and took a bit of a tumble. I tripped, and you know, chaos ensued, and I dumped grass seed and landed on my hand, the right hand, the one I just had surgery to. So I think that set me back a little bit. So what I did do the other day when we got back home, 'cause that was the day before we left, it was right here where I tripped. There were pieces of wood. I hear you, and why are you up there? Why are you up there? I don't know if you can see them there. Need to clean the windows. So I did come out the other day and took off the parts that I know I tripped over. So if I tripped here, I tried to keep the grass seed container up, and I tripped and fell, and I don't know where I landed with my hand, so I'm thinking it's in there because I had a nice bruise. I will probably get some grass through here because it's probably the only place it'll grow. With my luck, because that's where most of it fell. So, but I'm okay. Skinned up my knee a little bit. I'll survive. It's not the first time. Won't be the last, obviously. So, I've not seen any places where the grass has come up yet. Because this is the area that I seeded last year. Weeds have mainly taken over. We have something that is digging all over the place on the trails. There's an area that we tamped down yesterday that I want to take a look at. So, I don't know if you noticed, we're just doing a walk around. If you're just tuning in. Things look so much open now than it did, you know, this time last year. So this month, what was I saying? So this month we are celebrating 1 year on the channel. It was a slow year. I did lots of things because I got probably close to 60 videos out here. But, you know, fall did, I kind of slowed down in the fall, but I had a whole bunch of stuff on backup. Alright, so they came back through. So we had this tamped down, and there's a hole in here, so I don't know if it's possum or... because it's not the dogs, they're not coming back dirty, so... I don't know. And I do have we did some camera switching. And we put a different type of camera up over there, but I don't think it's catching what's coming over here. So, it is a beautiful day sun-wise. I mean, there's beautiful blue sky, which, you know, kind of gives you the clue that it's a bit chilly out here. It is probably about 50 degrees. So, last few weeks I've done absolutely nothing other than the, I think I did some mowing before we left. think. A week or so before we left. But yeah, not much has been done. Not much really needed to be done. It's been 2 weeks since I've blown any leaves, so that's finally done. And we should be hitting... I'm looking up. Not quite yet, I guess. There's a couple balls up there, but not a lot. So the sweet gum balls should be dropping shortly. Yeah, you don't get much of a break in the process. So I know I've probably mentioned several times. So these series of trees right here, so that one and that over there, those are coming down at some point. I'd like for it to happen this year. I do want to take a saw or the pole hedge trimmers and do some more cleaning up through here, and to hopefully make it easier to down the trees. So they're all intertwined together, which makes it a little difficult. I do want to finish up the shrubs, cleaning those up. I think I last touched those in July. And then just maintain these right here. And then out on the trail, there's one little piece that I want to do some enhancements on. And then maybe take the hedge trimmers and kind of clean up the non-trail parts. So I want to clean up through here too. I started. So it shouldn't be all that hard, especially since not much is growing there. It's dead right now, so let's just kind of clean up. That this I think is a camellia or a gardenia. Yeah, so not a lot really going on out here, which is why another reason why I've not been recording as much, because really no news to report, really. But I do want to wish everyone a happy and safe New Year. Hopefully you get everything you wished for. And I guess that's all I got. And thanks for reminding me on the egg. Almost forgot, see? But yeah, so the pine stuff, as I'm cleaning it, I'm filling in holes like that and that. I know it'll decompose, but it should blend in with some of the soil and do its thing. Maybe that's the only place where I can get grass to grow, other than the cracks of the brick path. But so I don't do a lot with the tortoises. I want to keep it warm in there, so we go check the lights and check the feeding, make sure they got water and such. They don't eat a lot this time of year. So Francis has been on occasionally. I think Colossus has finally brumated, so we'll leave him alone. It's best to not pay him any attention, and we'll see him in March. So one other thing I'd like to try to do this year is maybe start painting the house. There are places where I can reach. Many places where I can reach, actually. There's only like a couple sections where I can't. Or I could. Should I? Probably not. But my hand's not yet up to it yet. Chomping at the bit to do some crocheting, which probably shouldn't do yet. Place where the hand hurts the most. Let me set you up here. Hurt to do that too. Is right in here. When I fell, I had a huge bruise right in there. But everything healed well. But I heard that this can take months to heal, so I'm trying to be patient with it. And if it hurts too bad, then I don't do it. But some of the things I read is work through the pain, but which I do, and I have a high pain tolerance anyway, so ooh, let's take you. I'm all over the place. Did I say that? Oh, something I did do the other day. Got myself a new pair of boots. You probably saw them a little bit, but nothing fancy. Not steel-toed, because my other work boots are steel-toed, and I wanted something lighter, and that maybe won't hurt my toes so much by the end of the day. That's how I usually finish. Know I'm done. But I'll peek in on the greenhouse. I don't have a lot in there, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna buy established plants this year. It's just not worth the headache. And the flowers that I got last year, I'll just probably spread them around. All right, so gotta throw some water on that. Where's my jar? I had a jar in here that I used to use for water. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's a jar. Thanks. Thanks for finding that for me. Now, this kale, I planted, gosh, last spring in here. And I try to keep water in here to keep a little bit of moisture in here as well. I'll have to check and see what how that works. I'm gonna set you down again for a minute. I planted some potatoes there just for fun. And I want to see if there's any in here. Yeah, so fern. I'm not going to be upset if that Meyer lemon goes away. I've never gotten a single lemon off of that, and this is 2 years old. So, yeah, we've got that. I forget what that is. Could be I don't know. But anyway, I do have, so my begonias are looking amazing. So that's what's going on out here. Everything's green. I've not run a heat source in here. I have the ability to, but I've not. Everything I've got, I just decided to just over insulate it, and it's worked out fine. So, yeah, so kind of gets me on how those drop right there and not up there. I do have some holes that I need to patch up. But I do want to do some cleaning kind of inside there, kind of along the lines of getting rid of, cleaning up some of this stuff on the non-trail part, but I don't want it to blend in with the trail, And maybe be able to throw some wildflower seeds. I've got a couple bags of that yet. It didn't work out for me last year, but I think I did it too late, so. And if I do the cleanup of the ground there, maybe something will happen. I did have a couple cucumbers that were still on there that I never noticed. I may end up with wild cucumber through there. The squash didn't do a thing over here. I still have chickens looking at me. But overall, things are good. Just can't wait for this hand to heal and I'll be able to get out here more. But, since all the hubbub from the holidays is done, I can now focus on, and it's really exciting, focus more on, spring and what to do, and maybe be a little more on top of things. It's not too much heavy work-wise, other than those trees I want to take out. It's just mainly just maintaining now. I do have a hydrangea that's coming up. I may think about covering that, but I haven't yet. So, alright, so that's all the trouble I'm going to put you through today. So I just kind of wanted to give you an update, and hopefully I can come out more, and if anything, just do some shorts and let you know what I'm doing. Maybe not do so much of the long stuff. This is already too long, so I'll probably cut a lot out. But anyways, I hope you have a great new year, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.